Hey everybody, just a quick start to this video before we get into making the chicken tenders. Just to let you know that I am editing it and seeing that it was a lot windier than I thought. So it's a little difficult to hear in some of the parts. I didn't have my microphone. I just bought one and I'm charging it, but it wasn't ready. But I wanted to make the chicken fingers. I was hungry, so sorry about that. Next videos will be better, but hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment on anything that you see there. Let me know if there's anything that I did that's just crazy, or if you like something, or if you have any suggestions. I really appreciate it. So enjoy the video. Thanks. Hey everybody, so I'm going to show you the breading process for the chicken tenders. What I have here is the chicken tenders in a Ziploc bag with a cup of buttermilk and some spices. I did just some salt, pepper, cayenne, a little bit of garlic salt as well. And they've been in there for a little over 4 hours. And then I have my about a cup and a half of flour and a little bit of seasonings that I'm going to put in there. So just a little bit of cayenne pepper. I like to use adobo in place of salt and pepper. Plus it's got a little garlic inside there, a little turmeric, and then a little paprika for color. And plus I like the flavor of that. So we'll just add a little bit. Again, everything that I do here is all just kind of by eye. I'm one of those people that basically never measures any spices. So there we go, a little bit of that. And then cayenne, definitely just a very little bit. I'm not a fan of super spicy, but it needs a little bit of heat. And then we'll whisk that up to get it all incorporated. You can see it's got a nice little color there. I also have to have my spray bottle at the hand because if you guys are anything like me, if you have cats who love to jump up on the counter, this is the only defense. Okay, so then what we will do is take just a little bit of the buttermilk here, hold this down, grab a spoon, and just put a little bit of the buttermilk into the flour, and then give it a little whisk. You'll just get some tiny little bumps in there. And that's going to stick to your chicken and just give it a little more flavor there as well. Okay, so we'll set that aside. And now for the chicken fingers. This thing here is people usually like to have like one dry hand, one wet hand. I don't care. So I'm just going to throw them all inside here. There's only like 6 chicken tenders in here. I don't even worry too much about dripping the buttermilk off of it because that's going to help the flour to stick, obviously. Okay, and then we'll just give them a nice little toss in here. Make sure they're all evenly coated. You can see what you're left with there. So nice, a nice like a shaggy coating on the chicken, and that's from the buttermilk that we drizzled in there as well. And then what I'll do is go get my oil ready. While that is heating up, I'll let this sit inside the flour a little bit longer, and then we'll shake all of that off before we add it to the fryer later. So stick around, and we'll be dropping them in the fryer later shortly. Okay everybody, what we have here is the Backyard Pro 4-gallon fryolator. If you didn't watch my unboxing video, I will go ahead and put a link here so you can go and watch that if you're interested. So again, 4-gallon, fantastic fryer. I have already done a couple little things just to test it and make sure it's good, but this is going to be first legitimate fry. We're going to do chicken tenders in here. So it comes with these great baskets. We'll set that up. The couple times that I have tested to see how it holds temp, it does a fantastic job. It gets up to 350, 375 in about 10 minutes, depending on how much of the gas you turn up there. And the fantastic thing is it seems to hold temp pretty well when you do fry something. In a lot of cases, if you put something in there, French fries or whatever, that's really cold, it'll bring that temp way down. And that's going to do a couple of things. That's going to change your cooking times, but also if you're cooking something that's breaded, there's a greater chance that that breading won't stick to it. It's going to fall off because it just gets saturated with that oil when it's not hot enough. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up and get it up to temp, and we'll be right back. Okay, I have the gas hooked up here to the tank that I have underneath my grill. I don't have a tank of its own for the fry later yet, but that is coming. So the lighting process is pretty easy, but you do have to be careful how much you turn the gas up initially, because you can get a lot of gas flowing through there, and when you light it, big poof. First time I did it, it's exactly what I did. My wife literally came running out of the house, was a little bit terrified, thought I had blown everything up. I did not, but it certainly can seem that way. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that the regulator is closed, and you turn the gas on. But with the regulator closed, you don't get gas flowing through. And then just turn it on a little bit so you start to hear the gas. I'm going to turn it on here, but then I'm going to shut it back off and then go around and light it because it is on the back side, so I don't want to keep the gas flowing. Okay, so the gas is flowing, and then this way shuts it off. So I'm going to leave it off for now, and we'll go around the other side and I'll show you how it lights. Okay, so this is the business side of the fry-later, or at least where all your heat comes from. Right, so your gas comes in here. The thing that I really like about the Backyard Pro is this shield that it has around the gas jet here. A lot of them don't have that, and it can be a little bit difficult in windy conditions, and it is a little bit windy today, to get consistent temperatures when that's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up and hopefully not blow us to kingdom come. Okay, so that is now lit, and you can hear it's actually pretty loud. I mean, I have the gas up pretty high at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit. There you go, that's a little bit more manageable. So we'll let that come up to temp. Like I said, probably about 10-15 minutes to get to 375, which is the cooking temperature that I want for the chicken tenders. And then we'll be right back for that. Okay, so it's been about 6 minutes, and we are at about 250, a little over 250. Just a little bit more time to go on that. And in the meantime, just get some things ready here. I made a little dipping sauce. I like to use the Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce and then mix it with equal parts of Parmesan peppercorn dressing. So you can tailor that to as hot as you like it. Not a huge fan of the heat, but I still like the buffalo flavor. So we've got there waiting, and we've got our plate with our paper towels to catch the grease. But I also like to use, this is just a cooling rack, but I like to use this to set the chicken tenders on, so they're not sitting directly on the paper towel, because that can cause the breading to fall off or just get soggy. So it's not going to sit there for long anyway. We're going to scarf that down. And then also some chips and a little Modelo Oro. If you haven't tried this beer, if you like really light beer, but you still want it to taste like an actual beer, it's the way to go. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Okay, and we are now up a little over 375. I'm going to go ahead and turn the gas down here. We'll shut it off, and we will get the chicken into the fryer. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take our chicken tenders, shake off a little bit of the excess flour. Into the fry baskets here. These are pretty good sized chicken tenders. This one itself is more like a chicken breast. drop them in. All right, and we are frying, so we're going to give those a minute. Shake, shake. Let them set up. Thinking 5 to 6 minutes, but not 100% sure. We have some different sized pieces as well. So what we will do is use a probe thermometer, make sure that we temp them properly before we eat them. Don't want to kill anybody. All right, give me a couple minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so turn the gas back up. It's starting to just temp a little bit. Turn that back down now. Alright, we'll check on color on these, see how they're doing. Oh yeah. So we got a little ways to go. We're going to let those continue to cook. Check back in just another couple minutes. Okay, we're about 5 minutes in here. I'm going to grab one of the tenders out. Use my instant read thermometer here to get a quick temp. I don't think we're quite there yet. All right, so it's approaching 150, but we want to get to about 165 here. We do have some that are obviously thicker than the other ones, so we'll temp a couple. Again, we're at about 155, 154. So we'll give those just a few more minutes and check back in. Okay, so we have reached temp here on these. So we're gonna pull those up. Beautiful golden brown color. Let those drain for just a couple seconds. And then just so I don't splash oil all over the place, a lot of people will take the basket, dump it into something or whatever. I like to just let them hang here. I'll take the chicken tenders out with tongs and let them continue to drain on this rack down onto the paper towel. Woo! I tell ya, those look pretty darn good if I do say so myself. Next, ooh, a bee. So our next step here will be tasting it. Not for you, get out of there. All right, so it's a little windy. Wind is definitely picking up. Hopefully you can hear this well. My microphone wasn't charged, so I couldn't use it for this video, and I really wanted to make these chicken tenders. So they've just been sitting here for just about a minute or two. Sauce is ready to roll. Take one of these. Oh, nice. Let's see, nice crispy breading on there. I'll dunk them in my creamy Parmesan buffalo sauce. That's hot. Wow. I mean, that is perfect. Nice light coating. You could double bread them if you wanted. This guy really wants to eat some of my food here. I'm not going to let that happen. You could double bread them for a little more crunch, a little more breading, but I like them just like this, just lightly done. These came out perfect, so I think for my first fry, I think it came out pretty good. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section below. If I did something that makes you scratch your head and go, why the heck did you do it that way? Well, let me know. I cooked for years in restaurants, but I certainly am no chef. So I will take any criticism or suggestions as they come. And as always, I appreciate you watching my videos, and I appreciate this guy loving my chicken. I didn't know they would be attracted to chicken. Mercy. I'm out of here before I get bit. Have a good one. The second